Good morning, Chancellor Wilcox, faculty, fellow students, and honored guest. Welcome to the Undergraduate Research Symposium, University of California, Riverside for Spring 2022. My name is Ana Blanco, and my project is titled Methodology for the Digitization of Former UCR Chancellor Tomas Rivera's Literary Work. I was introduced to this topic through Spanish 130 Digital Dialectology during the class in fall 21. This course was taught by Dr. Covadonga Lamar Prieto, who was awarded a Visionary and Generous 2021-2021 remote course conversion and an innovative learning technology incentive grant, which allowed us to investigate this topic further. So, what is digital dialectology? As you can see, it entails different disciplines: linguistics, phonology, morphology, semantics, grammar, among others. In our case, Spanish 130 Digital Dialectology class focused on learning and appreciating California authors and in studying and preserving their manuscripts, and recording and transcribing them into a database that hopefully will be preserved for future generations. What were we tasked with? This was a group project made of the following students: Galilea Delgado, Natalie Guido Romero, Regina Perez, Veronica Tapia, and yours truly. This was a threefold undertaking: to learn about former Chancellor Rivera and his poems, to read and study his writings, to transcribe them. This project involved different areas, but I will be focusing on the implementation process, specifically on the methodology we undertook to transcribe and digitize them. What were we given to analyze? Two PDF files were received containing former Chancellor Rivera's unpublished and published works. They are part of a collection that contains more than 85,000 items. These are found in Tomas Rivera's Archive UA 253 from the Box 5, Series 2, Folder 1 and 7, with a total of 19 poems altogether. They are housed at the University of California Riverside Libraries in the Special Collection and Archives. I do invite you to visit our library. Here I wanted to show you two of the poems we were asked to decipher. Many of his unpublished works were handwritten in Spanish. Others were typed with a typewriter and unfortunately did not come with a date. After we converted these handwritten pieces into digital files on Google Docs, we then uploaded them to Airtable. Airtable was our relational database, which served as a way to organize all of the material more efficiently. Lastly, we used Omeka, a web publishing platform for sharing digital collections. Unfortunately, this final step we were not able to complete. Our future goal is hopefully to obtain funds to be able to finish. The second part of the materials that we were giving was the paleographic manual. This was also helpful as provided us with information and insight in how to format the poems and correct any errors present in the Spanish language. We wanted to make sure we had a standard format to create uniformity in all of his works. In an effort to preserve his artistic nature, we use the specific rules from this paleographic manual. By the way, the manual was put together by graduate UCR students, Mr. and Mrs. Alvaro Gonzalez. This helped us determine how to properly correct any errors or any structure of the poems to keep them intact. What were we given to analyze? This is an example of another of Chancellor Rivera's handwritten poem. It is titled Mi hijo no mira nada. And the one on the left is his handwritten poem. And on the right, you will see that the transcribed version and how the digitization process looked like. Results and lessons learned. We had the opportunity to learn and work with two new platforms, Airtable and Omeka. We were successful at the digitization of 19 works onto Airtable. We gained an appreciation of all manuscripts, letters, postcards, etc. There is so much information within that, as such as migratory patterns, language changes, custom, history, his life story, which is fascinating. As we read and transcribed handwritten manuscripts, we were challenged with this presented new challenges. This was truly a group project. Therefore, in order to maintain the consistency, accuracy, and order, our group worked to present an updated version of the paleographic manual. We added 3 new pages. We detailed new guidelines and descriptions for future digitation projects. We also incorporated photos to clarify and illustrate areas in question. The manual given at the beginning of Spanish 130 and the fall of 21 was renamed to Guía Archivística Edición Paleográfica, Archive Guide Paleographic Edition. We hope that this guide will continue to grow. And with that, I do want to acknowledge and give a heartfelt thanks to University of California, Riverside for hosting such a wonderful symposium that challenges and inspires faculty and students to conduct research, especially to Dr. Gladys Herrera Berkowitz and her entire team for their leadership. To Chancellor Rivera's family, especially his wife, Mrs. Concepcion Rivera, for donating his literary work to the University of California Riverside Libraries. To the University of California Riverside Library and Special Collections for their collaboration and wonderful team made of Crystal Beller, Sandy Enriquez, Andrea Hoff, and Dr. Rachel Sterry for their support. As well to Mr. and Mrs. Teresa and Byron Pollitt, endowed team chair, and the undergraduate teaching and research for their vision and generosity. And of course, to our mentor and teacher, Professor Dr. Covadonga Lamar Prieto, for her help, guidance, and encouragement. And with that, I thank you for listening and for your attention. Thank you.